For those of the Christian faith, this is the holiest week of the calendar and the most sacred time of year. Celebrating first Palm Sunday, then celebrating the coming in of Christ into Jerusalem, and then the feast and the actual presentation and initiation of the Eucharist, and then with the crucifixion and the agony of Good Friday and the resurrection and the ascension. But what can be said when you look at this and think about it in terms of life? For this week of Christianity represents the sum total of life. Life as it occurs to all people, in all walks of life, amongst all various religions. For first, there is great celebration, for a child is born into the world. And even as Jesus entered Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, with all of the celebrations taking place, so it is when a child is born. Despite the fact that child is being born into a cold and cruel world that will ultimately end in death, everyone celebrates. Oh, how fortunate it is. A child is born, and there is celebration throughout the family. Then the child works and achieves. There is marriage and there is accomplishment in the world of business or finance or religion or whatever. And that child will be an adult, and the child finally confirms a full life. And as the Eucharist was initiated, so it is the child steps into their own, the fulfillment of their being, no longer being a child, but being an adult. Oh, married, perhaps having children of their own, success and failure in business, popularity amongst people. And then there are the agonies of life, the trials of life, just as there were the trials and denials for Jesus. And ultimately, there is war or life cut short or disease or old age. But life comes to a miserable end, seemingly. And then the spirit leaves the body and becomes the eternal essence that it was meant to be. So man's life is fully made manifest in an example of 1 week of celebration. Birth, living, success, accomplishment, agony, despair, death, and eternity. That is the true message of Easter, the true message of Passover, the true message of eternity. It is the hope for all of mankind. For some would say, oh, life is but hopeless despair. But those who think in such a way, those who see life in such a nihilistic way as did Nietzsche, simply have not looked beyond. For beyond the limitations of this body is an eternal spirit. Beyond the limitations of our words exist eternal knowing. For words are power. Knowing is a gift, but the Spirit is the essence of forever. Beyond this limited life is true life, for you are born into death, but you die into life. And this is the blessed hope found by those who say, I die daily in the Christ. Think about that on its deep and profound levels. Be you of the ancient faiths that was looking for the coming of the Christ, thinking of the Kabbalah. If you say daily I die in the Christ, you are saying daily I resurrect in the Tifareth. Think of it as in the concept of the Christian, of all of Christianity. If you say daily I die in the Christ, you are saying I recognize that the divine from within is living, because the animal without has died. Think of it. If you are Buddhist and you hear one say, daily I die within the Christ, they are saying the same thing that you would say if you say daily, I have taken refuge in the Buddha. Think of this if you are of the ancient faith of the Hindu, and you are hearing those say, daily I die in the Christ. They are saying, daily the physical me is gone, as the essence of my spirit is bound to reach to the outer realms. So, we tell you this. While there is much suffering in your world, you see wars and you hear rumors of wars. You see famine and starvation and disease and pandemics. We tell you, as surely as the life of an individual is seen in that holiest of weeks, so the life of any organization and the life of each nation can be seen in that week as well. For all cycles run the same course, and for this we can tell you that hope ever abounds, for the Spirit is eternal. We leave you with blessings and with peace. Peace be with each of you.